Hello, boys. Welcome to the podcast room. New, revamped. Hope you like the sites. Loch Rawlinson, Ryan Maric, Big Barney, Harry Barnett. How are we, boys? Everyone going all right? What about you, big fella? Start us off.
I'm going well, thanks, Steve Bandy. I'm going well. I'm enjoying my time here. I'm here with two of my best mates, and I'm happy to be here.
Look at him. You can't wipe the smile off. Rhino, you're in good areas right now? Enjoying life?
Great areas. How good? Can't complain.
Loch's a bit flat that he was left off the Instagram post advertising that he'd be here, so apologies to all the Loch fans out there that's unaware.
That. Wasn't happy.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, I want to ask you, because yesterday was a day off for everyone, really, because you played Waffle Saturday, played AFL Sunday. They give you a day off to recover, and the Waffle boys Monday scratching yourselves. I'm sure everyone wants to know what AFL superstars are doing in their days off of leisure.
I'll start. I had a lot of jobs to do, and my housemate decided to call in sick. So I thought, great, I've got a lot of help, and I'm gonna do a lot of jobs today. But no, he was definitely hungover all day, and I sat in bed and thought about uni. So
you procrastinated all day.
Yeah. I thought about doing uni a lot of the time, but I didn't get any uni done, and instead I dropped out of the unit. I had homework to do. So,
what unit's that? What are you doing?
That was microeconomics. So shout out to my microeconomics friends. They're actually really kind to me and shared homework note to me now and then.
So you're cheating with them, is that what you're saying?
No, because I dropped out. I'm not cheating with them anymore.
You dropped out.
It's past tense cheating.
But my unit of marketing, fundies in that, Big Jack Williams, that's going really well too.
Does he cheat off you?
No. Oh, actually, sort of. Yeah, I'm carrying him hard in that unit. But yeah, that's me.
What's the living situation for all of you? So who are your roommates, and what's home life before we get onto your day off?
Yeah, so I'm with Arch. Me and Arch are living in Scarborough together. Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he's actually really good to live with. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We got a nice little routine going. So
you go around there a bit. You're a Scarborough-ish boy, right?
Yep. So I'm Scarborough boy as well. Literally, 900 metres away from Loch, so walking distance. And my best mate moved over from Victoria, lives with me, been here for like a year now. And Kobe Bergiel, who's was at the Eagles last couple of years. Us three boys are in there together. So yeah, it's a good crew.
And I'm just up the road there in Inaloo with Jason Gilby. So
little triangle.
A bit of a golden triangle outside the golden triangle that we got here. So it's going well.
You get the jet ski out yesterday, right?
Me? No jet ski for me.
Oh, what's the skipper's ticket you went and got then? What are you going?
A couple of us boys got the skipper's ticket together, but no, haven't gone and bought anything yet, but been on Brady Hoff's jet ski once. So
once?
Yeah, just the one time.
The Sea-Doo.
Now I want one, but bit of cash to splash. But no, I went to beach in the morning with the. No, I'm not saying it's like a lot of cash for a jet ski.
Yeah.
Too much.
Right.
I thought you were saying you've got it.
No. You got that wrong. But I went to the beach with my girlfriend, my housemate Kobe, and his mate. So I went there in the morning, went and got lunch together, and pretty cruisy arvo, and then came in, did a sauna in the arvo, late arvo, and then went out to dinner in the city with my management company that's over at the moment with a few of the other footy boys. So
buttering you up with it?
Yeah, got to the Meat and Wine Co, which was lovely. So can't complain. Yeah, very fancy. Yeah. It's a nice spot.
You get wined and dined by your management group, Barney?
Occasionally, yeah. Shout out Tommy McConville when he comes round. He takes me out for a nice tucker sometimes. When he comes round rarely, I think I'm one of maybe two clients he has in WA, so it's a pretty rare occasion that he comes over.
Give me some detail on this skipper's business. Who went and did it? What was the test like? Did you get through? And are you now just scabbing to get a boat every now and then?
So we were meant to do it together and you pulled out because you had uni, I think.
I had
So I went with Jack Williams and Clay Hall. We did it. We came to the club to do the written test, and the bloke that was running it, shout out Craig, he's a good man, gave us a good deal for it. But yeah, he sent out an email like the day before saying, just do a bit of research, do a bit of homework, because no one from the Eagles has ever failed the written test. So don't be the first to fail. Make sure you do the homework. And yeah, unfortunately, me and Jack Williams passed, but yeah, Big Clay Hall had to do it a few times. So yeah, we took the piss out of him for that. And then we had to go down to the river and do the in-person test on a little dinghy.
Yeah, and then I did it a couple of weeks later with Loch and Archer and Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey, yeah.
Loch and Harvey failed a number of times.
No, we only failed once.
That's a number of times.
Yeah. Shouldn't be failing.
Yeah, no, it was funny. Me and Arch decided to have a coffee and go for a walk while
They resit it.
Locke and Harvey were
Classroom
resitting it a number of times.
Well, we did do an hour of revision with the guy that was running it before we did the test.
he
So he
gives us
shouldn't,
the
he shouldn't have
answers.
failed.
Do you nod off during that part?
No, it's just pressure of tests. It's
I don't,
gets
just
to
common
pressure
sense.
test.
Locke doesn't have much common sense. So.
Nah, it's just got to me. Got to me.
That's that PAC education. You've just been
Oh,
handheld through learning
no.
your whole life. Bit of Adelaide law there.
I wouldn't
but
say that.
yeah.
nah.
What's the household been like after the big Archer Reid coming out party, mate? What'd you think of the big
Yeah.
fella's performance on the weekend?
Yeah, the
Coming out.
big fella, he was good, the big fella.
Sorry.
Announcing himself on the AFL
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, he
Oh.
announced himself. Yeah. Nah, he's we always have a nice little debrief after the games and kind of talk to each other about how, we think we win. And last couple of weeks he's been pretty flat. Like he's been going well, I think, but he's got pretty high expectations of himself, the big fella. So it was nice he got on the end of a couple on the weekend and he was quietly happy with himself. So it's my job just to bring him down every now and then when he needs to be, for sure.
He had 8 touches. How many were contested? Pop quiz for you.
7.
7.
All 8.
All 8.
He had to
Wow.
work for his possessions.
Oh,
Archer.
Can't relate.
What a guy. How
Um,
many did you have on debut? Like,
I had 4.
yeah, I had
Sub
two.
though. Sub.
Yeah.
I was sub, yeah.
Sub
Came
and
on
sub?
in the
Yeah.
Oh, sub
came
count
on in
and
the
sub.
second half.
No, debut I was sub.
Oh, yeah,
8
sorry,
minutes.
sorry,
2
sorry.
touches in 8 minutes my first year.
Oh, I do remember that.
I ran the math. That's about 25 and a couple goals. I played the full game.
it's a day out.
Yeah, that's a nom. That's a rising star nom.
Where'd the goals come from, though?
Imagination. It works.
Remember me seeing you at Karen Up Shops? You were massive smile ear to ear. You and Gilbs walking out with the big cookbook from Karen Up Shops.
Yeah.
How much is that
Wow.
got to work over? You figured it out? You two?
Haven't touched it. The cookbook's just sitting on the table looking
Standard.
pretty.
It's just an ornament now.
But you know what we're using for recipes nowadays?
Mm.
ChatGPT.
How does that work?
Works a treat. So the other day I was driving home. We had no food at home. And I realised like it was getting late, like maybe, 6:15. And I know Gilbs is probably at footy training. We're not organised that well. We haven't done a shop in maybe a week or so. Pantry's looking pretty dry. So I asked ChatGPT what's like a high protein, high nutrition meal for under $20 that will feed 2 people. And it dished me out this like $16, like $2 home brand protein pasta, like a value range of diced chicken breast. Like it found all this like real niche stuff that like you really have to dig for. And it was like the best meal I've ever cooked ever. And it was elite.
Nice.
And
That's your one wood now. You just go to that. every
well,
time.
yeah, yesterday I had a full shop with
Yeah.
ChatGPT, but it started getting me to buy like quinoa. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
The seeds?
Mm.
Yeah, nah, not for me. Nah, so yeah, gave that one a miss and just bought regular like couscous and that. But
So return the book, get some value back.
nah, because the book was like $3. I'd probably be like wasting money getting a refund on that. Like
And
with
it's a
petrol
good
and
look
stuff.
if people come over and see you got a cookbook there.
Yeah,
You can actually-
exactly.
you
Yeah.
can cook it.
Don't know if you saw Jack Graham get fined for his little, I'm going to be proper here, forcible contact with Caleb Sarong's abs. How much did he get fined?
I do know this.
All right, well,
I
how about you?
thought
How
unless,
about,
unless
how about you?
Bakes was taking
12.50?
$6,000.
6 down to 3 something.
You've got my notes in front of you. You're cheating. You flat
The
out
nonchalant king.
Literally.
Gets it right.
It was the look up there.
He's got
that
the
was
side
like, So,
$6,000.
I mean, how would that affect you guys? Because I want you to explain to the fans out there. A lot of people don't know about the contracts and matches and how that works and how players are on different. Who wants to lay that out for anyone listening that cares?
So I'm not sure if you're still on match payments, Ryan, but I am. I'm not consistently in the side, so I need that extra motivation to be, performing at my best and get in that side. So that in my contract, there's like a extra little bonus for playing a game, extra bonus for playing 10 games, so and so.
Is everyone got the same match payment in their contract? or
I
not?
think it can vary.
Yeah,
so
it
it can be like
varies,
$3,000, $4,000. Then it gets taxed. So if you're on $3,000, taxed down like $2,000 a game maybe.
Yeah.
So that's like 3 games worth of.
I mean, I didn't want
Payments.
to delve into specifics.
Oh,
but
sorry.
yeah, I think it does vary.
Sorry.
I got something interesting actually about
Are you looking
about
again?
fines.
You
No,
looking
I
again?
got something interesting. I was talking to one of the boys that trains with me, Naz, who's at St Kilda, about match like getting fined, and apparently you can claim a fine back on tax because it's work-related incident.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You mates with Naz, are you?
Just name drop. Just name drop.
Nazaya Wanganeen Malira, like one of the best kicks in the game. The nonchalant Kings
had
just
to chuck
decided
that
to
in
just
there.
like, oh.
No, well, I was
mate,
just
Naz,
thought I should
yeah.
be specific about who told me.
Who else do you train with over pre-season? Because I did want to touch on this because Ryan's obviously had a cracking start to the year, so I wanted to touch on how the boys went over their pre-seasons. But you train with a pretty elite bunch over the pre-season, don't you?
No, I get together with a fair few of the South Australian boys that come back, and we all train out of the same gym with the same PT, who looks after, like, oversees all our programs. So Tommy Powell from North, Kane McAuliffe at Richmond, obviously Nazaya comes in, Isaac Keeler, another St Kilda boy. There'd be a number of others. Sammy Draper comes in every now and then. Like, it's a fair, like, pretty big crew of boys that kind of just come in and out and do their running sessions together where they can.
So it's like the elite South Australian talent.
No, not necessarily.
It must have been lost in the mail, the invite, actually.
It's a word of mouth thing. Like, was the guy that we go see, he's kind of just, you hear about him and then flick him a message. And
So you'd never invite Barney when you went?
No, I always asked
boys?
Barney to come around.
Oh,
Yeah,
he knows that.
I
too.
was just, remember we were in Europe and stuff, and then I was back in Perth. Like, there wasn't a lot of time.
Would you feel the expectations pretty high to be keeping up with some of the elite talent, maybe in the running capacity where you're like...
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Locke came out firing because they'd been running with these, elite runners like Tom Powell and Ollie Cheeseman, to name a few. But the cheese.
This is just an insult.
It's not the cheese. He's a good man.
Okay.
He went to my school.
I don't know why he's just named
But
cheese.
he goes to Woz with Locke and all those lads there, and the Powers, the Cheesemans, good families, good people.
But are you doing different programs though? Because everyone's got their separate stuff brought in, but it's like, hey, I'm going to do my running, but it's a little bit different mine. We'll do different things, but together.
Yeah, so, obviously everyone has very different programs. So a lot of the time, some boys they'll do their program one day, then join in with someone else and do someone else's program just to get a bit of a mix of both, best of both worlds. But a lot of the time you'll do your program and then kind of join in other pieces of other people's, kind of mix them together a little bit where you can. Sometimes it's a bit too hard and you just end up doing your own program, and then because there's a lot of sample boys come out as well, and then the sample boys run with you, push you along a little bit, which is good, but it's kind of a bit of play by ear, mix and match where you can get the best of both worlds.
Oh, cute.
There's a funny pattern I've picked up. I've never heard Locke's voice be this deep before.
Oh,
So just for the viewers playing on at home,
He's putting it on.
he's putting it on.
okay.
Someone had to fill the Tom Barris void.
Yeah,
when he-
exactly. He's trying to. He's even dressing up all a bit of alternative.
Yeah, he's not.
Hey, Ryan, I know you've been looking forward to it, but let's talk your footy for a minute, eh?
Yeah, sure.
Decent game on the weekend. Got to be
Yeah, it was-
proud. It's a tough one between the team not having their finest performance, but yourself holding the fort pretty good down back.
Yeah.
How have you found the whole move back in the D? I know we've talked about it pre-season, but you're 3 games in now, big fella. You liking them?
Yeah, mate, loving it. I think it's been a really beneficial move for me, and I feel like I'm flourishing in that new role. But yeah, obviously worked pretty hard over the pre-season to learn my craft and obviously come out and play good footy. But yeah, it's obviously didn't get the win on the weekend, but felt like I played pretty good personally. It's obviously not good when we have that many entries coming down in the deep, and I get a bit more opportunity. But yeah, I feel like I'm really flourishing that role, and I'm bringing my strengths to the team, which is handy.
Enjoyed you trying to stat up in the D50 by kicking it to yourself deep in the pocket. That was pretty clever.
I was hoping they paid that actually. It only went about 4 metres, just went about 100 metres in the air. So yeah, I did well to get to that, marked it, and then just took it out of bounds.
He likes a derby. Nug.
Yeah.
Kicked about, honestly, the coolest thing I've ever seen was his goal after, was it going into 3/4 time last year?
Yeah.
That was dope. I think I close my eyes at night and think about that, and I was in the players box, and that was honestly the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Probably my number one highlight for my West Coast career so far.
Was it a Freo home game?
No, it was West Coast. It was around 4 or 5 last year, and we were like, we were going real well. We were already like 60 points up.
I'd just been dropped.
And then 3/4 time siren, it was everyone just looking at you. And
yeah, it was dope.
yeah,
Crowd was that loud that
sick
day as
moment.
well.
Yeah, crazy though.
Oh, that was Harley's turned it up that day.
And I gave it a bit as well, so I gave it straight to the crowd.
Not that we reminisce too much around here, you know.
Good moment.
Yeah.
What's it like with Bunga as the mentor? You two gelling pretty good?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Bunga. He's a absolute legend. We obviously get on real well. When I first came in, back into that mid-season year for me, he was obviously still on the list, so I got to play a few games with him, which was pretty cool. But yeah, no, he's my mentor coach, and yeah, we sort of have that really good relationship. And yeah, he's 330 game player, record holder for the club. I don't think there's anyone else you'd rather learn off, really. So he's a very smart man, so I can't complain.
What about you, Big Rig? Got a fair few questions about where are you playing at the moment? Because you've been thrown around a little bit.
Yeah,
Why don't you
I've
enlighten the fans? Because they want to see you out there, and they can all come to Shark Park or come to the AFL in, where are we? It's not Spotless anymore, is it?
No, NG.
NG Stadium, wherever you might be playing, one or the other. But where will you be playing when you play some footy?
Well, yeah, I've done most of the pre-season down back, so that's been enjoyable. But I have been doing a bit of ruck the last couple of weeks. It's just, wherever there's a hole, I'll fill it, to the best of my ability.
Where do you want to play, Barney?
Wherever the team
Wherever
the team needs him.
Honestly, no,
He's selfless.
I enjoy playing down back because last year I was in shocking form. There was just a lot of ruckman. There was not a lot going on in terms of the score line for the Waffle Boys, and I went down back late in the year, and it was refreshing, and I enjoyed it, and I felt like I was semi-natural at it, the whole aerial intercept sort of stuff, which was good fun. But then I've been doing it over the whole pre-season and learnt heaps and learned a lot, but also I've enjoyed the last couple of weeks playing in the ruck, so I don't really mind where I line up as long as I can get back on the big stage as soon as possible, because it has been a while and I've obviously not been too happy with, my own output. So hopefully it'll turn soon, and that's only going to come off the back of hard work no matter where I'm playing. So that's where I stand.
Like if you're playing Waffle on the weekend, it'll be the season debut in Shark Park. So it's East Frio's, it's the grand opening, isn't it, of the stadium?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Call it
Is
stadium.
that open now?
Oh, yeah.
Did they book it off with the council?
I don't know what the fights have been like with the footy club and the council, but they've been entertaining to read in the paper. If you have 2 seconds to go and Google what the disputes have been over, I won't bore you all with it here, but what's the thoughts like? Humming at the moment, a couple of wins on the trot, albeit pre-season, to come into first proper game this Saturday.
Yeah, no, I think it's been good to have a couple of games with the Waffle listed boys and really gel a little bit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into some proper round footy, which would be good. Boys are pretty excited. So yeah, and I think it's only looking up. Hopefully we can put together a good year, like in comparison to last year would be nice. So yeah, I think the boys have actually gelled a bit better than we did last year, which is nice.
The Fan MVP is back for 2025. Will anyone dethrone the big loosh, Jake Waterman, after he took out the crown last year? Pick your best on ground from the weekend's game by visiting win.wce.com.au, with one voter being picked out as the lucky winner and $100 voucher coming their way. Plus, there's the grand prize winner who's going to collect 2 tickets to the John Worsfold Medal and a chance to present this year's Fan MVP award on the night. Awesome, so get voting.
We've talked about Ryan's firecracking start to the season, and his pre-season that led into that.
The highlight of the chat. Right?
Yeah, or Loch's pre-season, sorry. We've talked about my uni. I'd like to ask Loch what he thinks of the new pyramid discoveries.
The new pyramid discoveries.
Thumper would be on top of this.
Actually, no, I did hear something about this, but I can't remember specifics.
So they use LiDAR technology, which is like a sonar radar sort of thing, and there's kilometre deep like obelisks going into the base with coils around them. So there's, none of this.
Obulus, is that what you said?
Obelisk.
Wow.
Like them big,
Just big things.
Big things,
Yeah.
Do
they know the shape of them?
Well, they do. They're like cylindrical, and then they've got like coils wrapping around the outside. But there's no valid news sources talking about it. It's only like the deep, like 4chan boards. So I don't know.
What do you think, Barney?
I think there would be so much to this world that we're not aware of. Because like the Library of Alexandria burnt down, and that got rid of something crazy like 50% of human knowledge. When that burnt down, all the research everyone had done, obviously people aren't remembering it, they're going to the library. Library burns down.
When was this?
This was like thousands of years ago,
okay.
like a long time ago. But there would be so much information that the world was storing in that library that burnt down that now is lost forever. So who knows what the true stories are of this world. So I'm actually pretty flat that my closest friends don't have an opinion on this, if I'm being completely
What's
honest.
the opinion like? What?
Well, it's just like, do you believe that it's real?
What the pyramids?
What's underneath?
What's
them?
underneath
What's
them?
underneath them?
Nah, all good. Next one.
Don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what he's getting at.
Look, rank rigs at the club.
Right, Rick.
Yeah, rank rigs at the club.
Why don't you
top
just do
five.
top three? Top three, and
Best rigs at the club.
yeah.
I'd probably give the boy the number one.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He'd give himself.
You have to be honest on the potty. You
Yeah,
can't
Yeah.
lie.
you can't lie.
I was going to sneak myself in at 3.
3 votes, Brownlow style.
So if Rube's number 1 and you're 3, who are we putting it to?
Oh,
Is Campbell Chesser a chance at 2?
he's definitely a chance.
Injury. Sloppy.
Oh, Dougie's got a good rig, actually, to be fair.
All right, next
Yeah.
one. Lock, rank Rose at the club.
Rose.
Yeah,
Good-looking fellas.
Good-looking fellas.
Roasters.
Oh,
Can't name staff, mate, so just leave me out. Leave me out.
Honesty here, Locke, is the key.
Yeah, Chess
policy.
would be up there, for sure.
By the length of Flemington, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Tickets on himself. Again,
Come on.
this is why I'm asking this, because this is leading
This
into my
is,
next question. Footy.hub on TikTok. Are you
Yeah.
aware of this TikTok account?
I'm not aware.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
So there's
his
this
burner.
TikTok
I feel like I'm
account.
just getting a barrage.
I was about to say the lights are going to be brighter on this side of the
There's
couch.
a
for you,
TikTok
mate.
account that has made hundreds of edits of Lock.
Hundreds.
Clips of state games, clips of presses, clips of even
How many
Just look at the
presses have
camera.
you done?
Look,
One
look, look at the camera. Look at the camera. That's
what?
going to be used in the next edit.
Oh.
Like,
But our conspiracy is that is Locke's burner account on TikTok.
You wouldn't
So-
know how to do all this.
I
editing,
know.
would you?
I don't know.
look,
Complex job, boys.
Yeah.
I'm not like accusing you of anything, and I'm not downplaying your attractiveness and your rig that you post a lot about on Instagram. But all I'm saying is, you're allowed to come out and be honest with us, and also realistically, like. You've played one game, like you're a rookie, like there's not a lot of press around you. So all
to
this,
get
What's going
I
on?
don't mind it if you're pushing your brand, but I just would like you to be open and
No,
upfront about this.
I'm
We'll give it a nudge and get some spotlight
no,
to it if you want.
I'm quite introverted. I'm pretty happy just to be to myself. So I'm not too worried that there isn't much press or limelight. I quite like just staying and doing in my own lane and doing my own thing.
Who do you think's created the channel?
Yeah,
I've got no idea. Whoever it is very talented.
You've never had,
Himself, listen to it.
Got a good eye for art.
you've never had any messages between the account and your account.
No. No.
These are clips of state games that aren't public.
Yeah, I'm fascinated.
Yeah,
This is more
They're
intricate
not-
than the pyramid show, really.
They're not public like tapes of state games. These are on a hard drive somewhere. This person has access to them, and all of a sudden now they're being put in a public forum for people to go, oh, this guy's a good-looking rooster. Like, it's just all the arrows point to the man sitting to the left of you.
Hard one to escape. Can you send us the handle? I wouldn't mind following along at home.
Okay, yeah, I will.
If the rig's as good as you
They
said
make
it is.
edits of everyone. There's just a specific focus on Lock.
Oh, okay. It's not. I thought it was
I
just
don't-
solo lock.
No, that's Jack Willow Goat.
All right, I'll go on for you. North Beach Footy Club's doing a sportsman lunch this Friday. They had to reach out for guest speakers. And obviously with these people comes a cost for the appearance fee. So I think we've got Dustin Fletcher, the Bombers, he's going along. Campbell Brown's done it before, he's back. And the third's escaping me. But get a ticket if you haven't gone already, North Beach.
When?
But we reached out to Daniel Ricciardo for
Danny Rick.
a bit of
man.
Lock's man.
interest. What do you reckon he's charging for an appearance fee?
How much does a F1 prize fee? What's that?
I don't follow sport
It's
closely.
a lot
Lock
of
does.
money. Oh, I've followed it a little bit as of late, but it's a lot of money.
I'm thinking Danny Rick's going to charge 10 grand for him to come out to
We got
North
10
Beach.
grand as the first bid.
To
How
North
long's
Beach.
how long's lunch?
God, I want to say, let's pretend he's got to be there for two of the best.
Where's he
Yeah.
from? What part of?
He's from Duncraig
Yeah.
here in
Oh,
Perth.
is he?
Mate,
Yeah,
his personal trainer when he was with Red Bull was a former North Beach A-grade dude. So there's a
pretty
connection to the club.
Yeah.
like-
I don't think.
True, so it wouldn't be overs then.
No, I don't think it would. I think he's
If
a
he's got a
massive
bit
fan.
to give back. and it's a fundraiser.
What's your guess? What do you reckon?
15 grand isn't overs for a F1 driver.
Wow.
I reckon he'll be generous. He seems like a good man, so I'd say 5 grand.
100K.
Woo!
Let me put a disclaimer out there
$1,000.
that like that request might not even get to Danny. That's probably his manager
true.
saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Yeah.
link between the
How
town
much
and
do
the
local
club."
clubs even have? Do they even have that much?
We fell a bit short.
Yeah, a little bit short.
Just
Yeah.
short. Yeah. So my question to you all after that gobsmacking, just
How much would
he's
it be?
global, 100K. If you were to go to a sportsman's day and you had to pick a sportsman of choice to go listen to, who are you all picking?
LeBron James for sure.
Oh, it's just a cop-out answer. It's an easy answer.
Nah, LeBron would be crazy.
It would be crazy, but,
Um,
realistically.
Yeah.
Would he give you the stories that you really want, though?
Messi doesn't speak English. Or he does, but loosely. So I wouldn't pick him. Ronaldo would be all me. Good player, but not about that. I want to pick Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, he seems an interesting fellow,
Yeah.
actually.
Bit young in the career to swap stories of what's happened at the top level, maybe?
Yeah, but we just got a lot in common. Would be good to just chew the fat.
Just suffering
with
the
a former, just a fellow tall hybrid athlete.
Oh.
What about you, Rhino?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I'm keeping it in the AFL world, something that I loved growing up watching was Brendan Favola. Being a Carlton fan early, so maybe someone like him that I used to watch growing up would be interesting to see his stories. And
He'd be tailor-made for days like
Oh,
those.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure Fev would have a lot of good stories from back in the day, and he
True.
used to be a bit of a
Yeah.
wild man, so he'd be pretty interesting, I reckon.
Yeah, not Wemby then, if we're talking.
You locked it in, mate.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Wemby
didn't
would
realise
have
we were
very
talking about
small-
North Beach Footy Club fundraiser. Wemby would be shocking there.
Too hard to connect with the boys.
Yeah, it would be really.
They're not playing two up at the end of the
How's
day.
his English, isn't he? He's France, isn't he?
Yeah, geez, well, that throws a spanner in the works.
All right.
No, maybe like a Conor McGregor, actually. He'd be
Oh,
True.
going on that
yeah.
sort of Conor McGregor.
Winner.
Imagine bringing him. He'd be
Yeah,
he'd be good.
I could reach out to him though, because
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
had a
I think
nice
so.
bath with Adesanya before.
really?
Yes.
All right, fan questions. What about Tyler? Thanks for everyone for writing in. What about, I think this is Tyler Bumboyd. That might be a misprint from me. Are you a serious fantasy option? Will you keep waxing off halfback? Do you guys play fantasy? You got yourself in your own team?
Oh, I don't want to give anyone a bad pick and come back to bite me, but yeah, I've obviously got a decent role at the moment. I'm getting quite a bit of the footy, which is nice, and Gov's been nice and let me take a few kick-outs, which gets some points up, which is handy. So
How do you decide that?
it's sort of a bit of chat throughout the week. Our line coach says, like, work it out between you guys, and then we just sort of chat with each other, and it's not really anyone's job. Like, if you're around the ball, anyone can take it, but that's obviously my key strength. So that's something that I've been told to use, obviously, and help out the team.
There's times where you both get to the square though, so you just concede to Gov.
No, I ask him usually because I thought he would be a bit more stronger and actually just like take him, but he's been pretty open and actually giving me a shot at taking him. So
Give him the big Harley raid.
which is
I
I feel
reckon.
kind of bad.
And
I'm
not
like,
the don't argue either.
yeah, so
You play-
Gov's been good. He's given me some.
Do you play fantasy or not?
Nah. I've never actually, even when I was a kid, I never really played fantasy or anything.
Look at you three.
I
Too
can't
cool.
do it.
But get me in. I'd say
I don't understand how it works.
I'll back myself. Hopefully,
All right. Ben Lumsden, who
Penny
familiar name. Where do you get your trims from? Anyone?
Who's Ben Lumsden?
come on. He's our camera guy, new media man.
Oh, Benny. Hey, mate. How are you? Good to see you.
Stand in the corner.
I
Seriously,
didn't know
that
the
is
last
flat.
name. I didn't know the last name.
That is flat, Benny. I'll shout out Main Street Barbers in Osborne Park on Main Street there. Those boys have always hooked me up and always go there. So they're the guys that I always go to.
I cut my own hair. My local hairdresser growing up, Barbers of Mitcham, gave me a few dour ones. So I learned early it was like,
Fend for
it was
yourself.
sink or swim. Yeah, it was you got to do it yourself.
I've actually got an interesting one for this. I go at the Boulevard, City Beach, only like 10 minutes from the house. Place, I think it's called like Scissors, I think. And a couple of old blokes working there. Arch told me to go there, so I went there a couple of weeks back, or like a week ago. And they reckon Minis floated through there, Roscoe's floated through there.
The high rollers.
Oh, a couple other big names
So
as well.
that's
And
the
it's
guys
just,
rolled through there.
it's like a
Oh.
4x, like it's a small, like only 2 seats, like small barbershop.
Is that why you go there? So you can try and catch me?
No, I had no
on his day
idea.
Off, so you
I
can have a bit of private chat. Or
I
Is
had-
it like
I know.
secretly the Illuminati or something?
No,
All these little
I had-
elitists rolling through this tiny little.
No, I had no idea until I went there and I was talking to the guy and he was like, yeah, like, asked me about what I do. And I just, obviously you try and say, oh, I just play footy, and then questions get deeper and deeper. And then eventually you'd let him know you're playing here. And then he was telling me about all the other people from the club that have come through. And I was like, oh.
That's not what happened. The barber told me the conversation.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
do you say?
This will be good.
Oh, how's your day going? Good, mate. I'm an AFL player. Good, mate. Play for West Coast.
That's exactly how it went.
Asher Shivers asked what it's like living in WA. So we've got 3 interstaters, and always love seeing the blokes that come over here to play footy and then don't end up leaving. So where are we situated on WA as maybe
It's-
overtaking as the forever home?
It's so weird, but I love it.
It's so
WA.
weird.
Yeah, just like
I find as Adelaide very similar to Perth though. So it strikes me
Adelaide's-
you saying something like that, you know?
Adelaide's like a hybrid child of Perth and Melbourne, I reckon. Like it's got the city feel, everything's so condensed, and no matter where you are, there's something going on sort of thing. Well, not something going on, but there's something around you, you know, like you're never driving in the richest part of the like city and then all of a sudden there's a big national park, a big bold park right next to you, you know. That's what I find weird about Perth, is that there's just so much like space for greenery, which I love. It's awesome. It's like even Kings Park in the city, like when you go down to City Beach or Cot and there's just like wide, you know, big everything. It's big, all open and along the coast, which is dope.
Yeah, well, Perth doesn't really have a like big city feel for me, which I like. Obviously, everyone says it's like a big country town. So I live in Scarborough, and I don't reckon I'd go to the city maybe
Once a year to pick
Yeah.
up a suit.
a few times a year. Like I'd never really go in the city at all. So yeah, it's pretty laid back, which I like. Never really grew up in the city. It was like an hour and a half out of Melbourne. So only time I ever went to Melbourne was like to watch a footy or go to the footy. So literally, I love Perth. Laid back, cruisy. Reminds me at home a bit. So no, it's nice.
Permanent postcode change, you reckon, Long? Never
Yeah.
go home?
Yeah, honestly, like I hope I can stay here. Yeah, for sure. I love it here. Like it's
Tourism WA frothing right
yeah.
now.
I
He's
was
not going to say, yeah, I hope to go home next year, is he?
obviously.
It's got to ruin the illusion, Barney.
He's got to convince the missus to get over. Then
Yeah,
he'll stay.
that's the next. No, she actually the Dale
Everyone.
loves it over here as well. To be fair, so
She's not here full time. is
nah,
it?
not yet. No, she's actually playing out a sample footy season.
Oh, really?
instead.
Yeah. She's a Mercedes College girl,
Yeah.
up the Camels.
Yeah,
I'm a
boys.
Mercedes College boy.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, it's an all-girls school in Perth, isn't it? So
Way to hit all topics on the potty today, Barney. You're doing good. What about Casey Gordon? Are you taking the low or high ground in Fortnite?
I'm taking high ground. Yeah, every day of the week. I used to be I don't really play anymore. I've sort of phased it out of my weekly schedule, but I used to be a big builder. So yeah, I'd just try and get to the top, build as much as I can.
Hate the builders.
Build as much as I can.
you don't play, do you?
Once upon a time. But I quit because of the builders.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to just build as much as I can when I can, and then shoot from up top.
I have been so hard on Fortnite the last like 2 weeks. It's crazy. I went crazy on it when I was year 8, year 9. Haven't played in about 6 years, and it's funny that question comes out now because like that's
You're
the
back.
that's the reason my arms are crossed, because like they want to be doing that if they're out, you know, just playing. But yeah, no, I can't build to save my life. So low ground, or even perk up at a mountain with a sniper and just like pick out the stragglers.
Yeah, I'm a bit the same. When I played with my mates back home, I was more of like I'd kind of run around and get the rare boot cards and get the boys back in the game. Just
Oh, you always need
Play
one
my
of them.
role.
Doesn't know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Just doesn't know how to play the game. Just picks up the cards.
We made Jace drop all his guns the other night and just carry med kits and snot and big bots for us.
What, because he's no good?
And we let him carry one SMG, and I was asking him if he had any SMG bullets for me, and he's like, nah, mate. And we're playing on split screen. I can see his screen.
You got to win on split screen, didn't you?
Yeah, we're getting plenty nowadays.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I can see his screen. He's just straight up lying to me. It's just not on.
Great question.
All right, last one. Shana Shambo. Sorry if I've cooked that one. Kindest teammate in the team that's not Liam Duggan.
Well, these questions have been no go, aren't they?
Anyone.
No, Loch, you start.
All right.
You can't put yourself in there like the rig and the
No.
and the looks.
Oh, that's a tough one. Bit of a, I wouldn't say like unexpected one, but maybe not many people would know just because he's new to the club. But Matty Owies is a top man. Being a fellow small forward is very helpful for me in terms of like on the field stuff, but also just off the field stuff. He's just a ripper.
I reckon Matt Flynn is also, he's not as new, but is in his second year at the club. But yeah, it's just warm aura about him, you know, just inviting and kind and just a big friendly giant.
Nice.
But on game day, it just brings out the dog. Sorry, Dad.
Fair enough. Yeah, I reckon Gov, like he's obviously a dog on field, but I feel like he cares a lot about people's personal lives, and if you ever need, as a young bloke, if you ever need any life advice or experience, then he's pretty wise and he always has time for all the young boys. And so I reckon Gov would be a good name.
Yeah, good man.
Boys, I loved this lineup. Great vibes.
Great lineup.
Good chat. Not great, but it's good to start with good and we work our way up. Appreciate your time. You got things to do. You got maps to jump into. So
Thanks, Steve.
Stop by any time.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Steve.
Thanks for having us on, Thump. Appreciate it.